ranking and explaining every single domain expansion user based off a skill, part 15. Like I said though, positions 3, 2, and 1 are interchangeable. I feel pretty good about Sukuna being number 1, to be honest with you guys, because he's pretty goated when it comes to domain expansion. We're not just talking about a guy who's able to do an open domain of 200 meters, but he can also manipulate how far out that 200 meters goes. So if you want to make it 140, 60 meters, 90 meters, doesn't matter. He's also able to use his domain expansion as a closed barrier, just like any other sorcerer is. He can then also set conditions within that barrier so that if he's facing multiple opponents or anything like that, that he could basically make his sure hit even stronger. What do I mean by that? I mean that he can cause cleave and dismantle to be his sure hit, but then also say, okay, I'm going to use this curse technique, and if I'm using it versus multiple people, then my domain expansion basically turns into a nuclear bomb, and also it hits everybody. So it's basically having two sure hits inside of one domain expansion. And how do you make sure that it hits? Well, close the barrier, and then they don't have a way of escaping. One of my favorite feats of Sukuna is the fact that he's able to use domain amplification within inside of his domain expansion. So domain expansion has your curse technique imbued into it, right? Domain amplification does not allow you to use your curse technique, but if you imbue your curse technique inside of your domain expansion, then you don't have to worry about the drawback of domain amplification. But here's the cool thing that most people don't realize. Domain amplification is basically coding your body with your domain expansion, meaning if you use it while your domain expansion is already open, you're using your domain expansion twice in one shot. This level of Jujutsu Sorcery was even able to get Gojo off his guard. And also, I'm not even gonna lie, this guy used domain expansion maybe 6, 7 times during the final fight. So while Gojo used it about 4 times, he was able to use it 6 or 7 times, and I didn't even give Gojo his flowers for using it that many times. So congrats to Gojo. And not to mention the fact that he was able to change the hand sign that he was using for his domain expansion once he basically got to the point where he lost too many hands. And for all the guys saying, oh, well, like he's using an incomplete domain, he is still using the domain expansion. That is still a level of power that most sorcerers are not able to match. Now, could he change the exterior and interior conditions of his domain? Yes. Yes, he can. He doesn't have to show us that he can do something for us to know that he can do something. You want to know why? Because if you can make it that your barrier does not exist, yes, I wholeheartedly believe that you can make it that you can close people in your barrier and make the external factor of your barrier stronger than the internal, and vice versa. And also, I do believe that you can change the shape and size of your domain expansion and also move it. 100%, I believe that. And if you guys want to argue with me over Sukuna being number 1, sure, switch Gojo to number 1. I don't care. But I'm here for all the combat, so subscribe.